Dance at Le Moulin de la Galette by Auguste Renoir. Imagine a warm Sunday afternoon in Paris. The year is 1876. Somewhere in the winding streets of Montmartre, laughter spills out from a garden, music floats through the trees, and young Parisians twirl, flirt, and dream. This is the world Auguste Renoir captured in one of the most beloved paintings in the history of art, Dance at Le Moulin de la Galette. Before we step into the painting itself, let's take a moment to understand the man behind it. Pierre-Auguste Renoir was born on February 25, 1841 in Limoges, France, the son of a tailor and a seamstress. His family was not wealthy, but they recognized his talent early on. As a teenager, Renoir worked as a porcelain painter in a factory, which gave him a precise, delicate touch with color that would stay with him for the rest of his life. He went on to study at the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris, where he befriended Claude Monet, Alfred Sisley, and Frédéric Bazille. Together, they would become the founding voices of a revolutionary new movement in painting, Impressionism. Renoir, in particular, became the movement's poet of joy. While other artists explored loneliness, social struggle, or the harshness of modern life, Renoir was almost stubbornly in love with happiness. He once said, "Why shouldn't art be pretty? There are enough unpleasant things in the world." He suffered deeply in his later years. Severe rheumatoid arthritis gradually robbed him of the use of his hands. But even then, he reportedly had brushes strapped to his fingers and kept painting until the very end of his life in 1919. That kind of devotion tells you everything about who he was. Now, let's walk into the painting. Dance at Le Moulin de la Galette is a large-scale canvas, nearly 52 by 69 inches, and today it hangs in the Musée d'Orsay in Paris. It depicts the real outdoor dance hall of the same name, located on the hilltop neighborhood of Montmartre, which at the time was a lively, working-class district just outside the city's formal boundaries. Every Sunday, locals would gather there to dance, drink cheap wine, and simply enjoy being alive. What strikes you first is the sheer sense of movement and life. The canvas is flooded with figures, dancing couples, groups of friends, children weaving between adults. Yet despite the crowd, it never feels chaotic. Renoir organizes the scene with a masterful sense of depth, drawing your eye from the lively foreground back into the soft, hazy distance. Look at the light. This is where Renoir is truly extraordinary. Sunlight filters through the leaves of the trees above, casting shifting, dappled patches of gold and blue across the people below. You can almost feel the flicker of it, the way light moves when it passes through foliage. Rather than painting solid, defined shadows, Renoir dissolves them into soft purples and blues, letting the whole scene shimmer and breathe. In the foreground, a young woman in a blue and white striped dress sits on a bench, engaged in conversation, her expression gentle and open. Behind her, couples sway in the dance. The faces are not idealized portraits. They are real people, friends of Renoir, artists and models and neighbors from Montmartre. He wanted them to look exactly as they were, ordinary, beautiful, and alive. The brushwork itself tells a story. Renoir uses short, feathery strokes, the signature technique of Impressionism, which means that the closer you get to the canvas, the more it dissolves into a swirl of color and texture. But step back, and everything resolves into a vibrant, breathing scene. It is one of the most sophisticated visual illusions in all of Western painting. What makes this painting so enduring, beyond its technical brilliance, is what it represents emotionally. Renoir was not painting royalty or mythology or religion, the traditional subjects of great art. He was painting a Sunday afternoon. He was saying that ordinary joy, dancing with friends, laughing in the sun, the small pleasures of a free afternoon, deserves to be treated as something magnificent. And he was right. In a world that often feels heavy, dance at Le Moulin de la Galette is a reminder that beauty is not always found in grand gestures. Sometimes it is found in a swirling blue dress, a glass of wine, and the dappled light of a summer afternoon in Paris. Dance at Le Moulin de la Galette by Auguste Renoir, painted in 1876, a masterpiece of Impressionism, and a love letter to the simple joy of being alive. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this analysis, please subscribe and leave a comment below. What other works would you like to explore? See you next time.